Hi, today we are going to see the seventh video of UPSC 2023 Prelims Simplified 100 series. So, we all know that we have covered 6 videos till now, and I hope everyone is revising these videos perfectly. And please make sure that you are making short notes so that it will be useful for your future revision. Students who are located in Palakkad can avail offline classes for UPSC CSC Kerala Administrative Services KPSC as well as SSC examinations. We will offer you a friendly approach and it will be very useful for your examinations. Please don't miss this opportunity. And students can contact us through this phone number as well as this email ID. So the first topic today we are going to discuss is Indian Environmental Services. So as we all know that in UPSC they conduct examinations for IAS, IPS, IFS, IRS like that, but there is no exam for Indian Environmental Services. So, judiciary is taking up this matter, and Supreme Court has asked the central government that whether it is going to constitute an Indian Environmental Service in the national bureaucratic setup, and this has been recommended by a person whose name is TSR Subramanian, right? This person has recommended to constitute a service known as Indian Environmental Service. Why? Here, the court has been hearing a PIL that alleged destruction of environment and forest and also executive apathy. So, one thing we have to understand, executives have to balance both environment as well as the advancement of the nations. So, it happens when they are developing the nation, it happens that small faults will occur, and similarly we have to destruct some environments. So some person have filed a PIL to the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court has been hearing that PIL. And here it has said that already TSR Subramanian committee has recommended to constitute an Indian Environmental Service. And when is the government going to constitute that Indian Environmental Service? The court recounted the recommendations of TSR Subramanian Committee, which had been rejected by the Parliamentary Standing Committee on the ground that a dedicated All India service may lead to multiplicity of institutions and won't serve the desired purpose. So already we have Indian Forest Service, right? And when we start Indian Environment Service, the duties of both the services will be confused. So government have said that already there is some dedicated all India service which is looking after the forest as well as the environment. And if we start another services also, it will let's do duplicity and multiplicity of institutions and won't serve the desired purpose. So we have to understand this TSR Subramanian Committee in 2014 has recommended Indian Environment Service. This is the main and important point here. So next topic is trees outside forest in Indian initiative. I think we have already discussed the topic. We will revise once more, right? It was launched by Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change and US Agency for International Development. So it is launched by one Indian premier agency. Definitely for in trees outside forest means definitely the agency which will lead in India is Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. And second agency, that is international agency, which is known as USAID or US Agency for International Development. So what are the benefits of trees outside forest in Indian initiative? It will enhance carbon sequestration. Definitely, we will know that support local communities. So if there is lot of trees, they will get the fruits or vegetable from the trees and they will sell it. Even they can use that wooden logs for their purposes. So it will support local communities, strengthen climate resilience for agriculture. It will be implemented in Andhra Pradesh, Assam, Haryana, Odisha, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu and UP. While we were studying this topic, I have said one thing. I hope you all remember this. Andhra Pradesh is in south of India, right? Tamil Nadu is also in south of India. Whereas Assam is in northeast side of India, and Haryana is in north side of India. Odisha is in east side of India. Rajasthan is in west side of India, and UP is in central of India. So literally it covers all of the India, right? This point you have to remember. It will bring together farmers, companies and private institutions in India to rapidly expand tree coverage outside the traditional forest by 28 lakh hectares. So this point will be very useful for your mains answer by 28 lakh hectares. So trees outside forest in India initiative is brought up by Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change and US Aid. It is initiated in 7 states. Literally these 7 states you have to imagine that it covers all of India. In South Andhra, Tamil Nadu, in East Assam, in eastern side, I mean in northeastern side Assam, in eastern side Odisha, in western side Rajasthan, right? And have I missed any state? Yeah, Uttar Pradesh, center of India, Uttar Pradesh. Like that, you have to remember. So the third top, before moving on to the third topic, we have already discussed that the Indian government is importing some cheetahs from the African nation, right? But we have not seen the details of African cheetah as well as the Asian cheetah. So let us see the details of African cheetah as well as the Asian cheetah. So African cheetah, its IUCN status is vulnerable. So vulnerable means not big problem. It is not endangered. Endangered is the critical stage, but it is not like endangered stage. It is vulnerable. So no problem. And here in Asiatic cheetah, it is critically endangered. In size status, it is both are in appendix 1, right? And distribution, when we see the distribution, the name is African cheetah, so of course it will be located in African countries, so no problem. And in Asiatic cheetah, it was once available in Indian subcontinent, but now it is extended in Indian subcontinent. Only few is left in Iran, and they are not willing to export it to India. And what are the physical characteristics of African as well as Asiatic cheetah? So have you seen the elephants in the TV? African elephant as well as Asian elephants. African elephants will be bigger in size. Similarly, African cheetah is also bigger in size as compared to Asiatic cheetah. Slightly bigger build and sturdy legs and necks. But when you compare it to Asiatic cheetah, they are smaller and slender than African cheetah. Their neck is also smaller and slender, and their legs are also slender, right? So food intake, diverse diet due to bigger habitat. Here you can see Africa is a big continent, right? And these animals are widely located in Africa, and they have wide range of food, that is wide range of animals for their food intake. But when we compare it to India, only in specific places we can find this Asiatic cheetah. So their food source is minimum, right? So we are going on to the third topic, red sanders. So this red sanders, when we see this red sanders, we have to remember one thing, or we have to not, we don't have to remember, one thing will come into our mind. What is that thing? Pushpa, that movie. I hope everyone remembers that movie, Pushpa movie, right? So this topic also came up during that time only. So recently, red sanders has been fallen back into the endangered category. So, as you have seen in that Pushpa movie, I hope everyone has seen that Pushpa movie. So, in that Pushpa movie, you have seen that there is a smuggling of red sanders, right? There is smuggling of red sanders. So, when there is smuggling, it will automatically comes under endangered category, right? In IUCN red list. It was earlier classified as near threatened. When there is lot of red sanders, when people started to poach or smuggling, it was classified as near threatened. But when it has increased, it automatically came under endangered category. So in 2018, it was under near threatened, but now it came back came again into endangered category. The IUCN has assessed that over the last 3 generations, the species has experienced a population decline in 50 to 80%. In 2019, Director General of Foreign Trade, an agency of Ministry of Commerce and Industry, revised its export policy to permit the export of red sander timber if it is obtained from cultivated land. So we have to understand one thing from this point, that it has been exported to other countries also. But since it has came under endangered category, the foreign trade has been also limited. It is an Indian endemic tree. So you can't get this tree from another countries. It is an Indian endemic tree species with a restricted geographical range in eastern Ghats of India. So it has been mostly found in the eastern Ghats of India, and we have seen that Pushpa movie is taken from the Andhra Pradesh, and it is located in the eastern Ghats range, right? It is endemic to the distinct tracts of forest in the Andhra Pradesh. It has been assessed by as endangered as per the IUCN criteria and scheduled in Appendix 2 of Sites and Wildlife Protection Act. It is also known as almug, sounderwood, red sanders, red sanderswood, red sanders. These are English names. Rakta Chandana. We call it as Rakta Chandana in Kerala, Lal Chandan in North India, Ragat Chandan, Rukto Chandan, and Undu. So maybe they can ask it as what is known as Lal Chandan. Or if they can ask Lal Chandan, it is easy to understand. If they ask it is what is Rakta Chandana, you have to understand that it is sandalwood, Rakto Chandan or Undu. Okay, so it has some why they are exporting or why they are smuggling and poaching this red sandalwood. Definitely, it should have some properties, right? So what are the properties in the red sandalwood? Morphological characteristics. It is a deciduous tree with a clear trunk and dense round. It is a small tree that grows 5 to 8 meters in height and has a dark grayish bark. The inner bark, when injured or cut, oozes a colored sandalwood. The wood is extremely hard and dark red in color. So you don't have to study in detail, just you have to understand that it has some morphological characteristics, it has some floral characteristics. The flowers of the species are yellow densely, so they will use these flowers, they will use these morphological characteristics. And you can see the varieties in nature. Two types of trees are observed: wavy grain and straight. The wavy grained wood is more in demand in trade, is preferential for commercial plantation and distribution. It is distributed across India. We have seen that it is distributed across eastern Ghats as well as in Sri Lanka. It occurs in patches in tropical dry deciduous forest towards southeastern Ghats. So what are the climates? As you have seen, it will be available in eastern Ghats. You can understand that it will be well drained red soils with gravelly and loam, suitable for cultivation of large chandan species. Definitely in eastern Ghats it is a well drained, and as well as you can see lot of red soils in South India. So red soils. It regenerates well in dry hot climate and requires rainfall ranging from 800 mm to 1000 mm annually for the good growth. So these are the characteristics, morphological characteristics, floral and varieties, distribution as well as climate and soil. So 64th topic is Anipur Tiger Reserve. So UP Cabinet has approved the notification of state's fourth tiger reserve. So UP has already three tiger reserves that are Dudhwa, Pilbhit and Amanga tiger reserves, and fourth one is Ranipur Wildlife Sanctuary in Chitrakoot district. This is the new or latest tiger reserve. It is notified under Section 38(5) of Wildlife Protection Act 1972 that enlists terms and conditions for relocation of scheduled tribes or other forest dwellers for creating tiger reserves. RTR is located in Bundelkhand, has tropical dry deciduous forest and is home to fauna such as tigers, leopards, sloth bears, etc. So here also we are studying about dry deciduous forest. In red sandalwood also we have studied that it is mostly located in deciduous forest, right? So already in Uttar Pradesh there is three tiger reserves. You have to understand it: Durwa, Pilhibit, and Amangarh. And fourth one is Anipur Tiger Reserve, RTR. So where is that Ranipur Tiger Reserve? It is located on the border of Madhya Pradesh. I hope you can see right here. near to Allahabad state, located to the border of Madhya Pradesh. So in Madhya Pradesh, you can find lot of tiger reserves and wildlife sanctuaries. So it is located to the border of Madhya Pradesh. Here you can see Dudhwa National Park or Dudhwa Tiger Reserve also, right? So we are moving on to the next topic, zero budget national natural farming. So in the topic itself, we can understand what this topic is all about. Zero budget national natural farming. So the first point is zero budget. There is no, we don't have to spend for this farming. Zero budget. Zero budget. Then second one is natural. So we are growing the plants in a natural way. And third one is farming. So in farming, we are not spending any money and we are growing these plants in the natural way. It is known as zero budget natural farming. So when the name natural comes, you should be you should understand that it is free of chemicals. So it is a method of chemical free agriculture drawing from the traditional Indian practices. So already in our traditional India, we are practicing this zero budget natural farming. The word budget refers to credit and expenses, that is zero budget. So it was originally promoted by Maharashtrian agriculturist and Padma Shri recipient Subhash Palekar. And you have to definitely remember this. It will be useful for your prelims as well as your mains. Subhash Palekar, Subhash Palekar. So the person who fought for our India is Subhash Chandra Bose, and one of the persons who is important in agriculture is also Subhash. But this Subhash is Subhash Palekar, Padma Shri recipient Subhash Palekar, who developed it in mid 1990s. So as you know that in our India there is a green revolution developed in early 1970s. Due to this green revolution, there is a lot of advancement in technologies, and we developed a lot of plants in the short time of period, right? To in order to address the food security, we developed a lot of crops in a short term of period. In order to develop lot of crops in the short term of period, we have to use lot of chemicals in the soils. We have to use lot of chemicals in the soil. So this quality of soil has been downgraded due to the use of abundance of chemicals in the soil, right? So the soil quality has been downgraded. So in order to have an alternative to the green revolution, this Subhash Palekar has taken up this traditional Indian practices, that is zero budget natural farming. It doesn't need any chemicals. It naturally grows with the natural items in the nature, which is available in the nature. So let us see what are the stages in the zero budget natural farming. Here there are four stages, that is Bija Mitra, Jiva Mitra, mulching as well as Vapsa. Bija Mitra, Jiva Mitra, mulching as well as Vapsa. What is meant by Bija Mitra? Bija Mitra means it is a seed treatment. Here you can see that when they keep the seed, uh, it will be easily damaged, or it will be easily deteriorated when it is kept in the local condition. So they will be keeping it inside a neem leaves or like that. It is known as Bija Mitra. So what is Jiva Mitra? Jiva Mitra means we don't have to use any fertilizers nor any pesticides. Here we will be using cow dung as a fertilizer, or jaggery, or cow urine. That is natural items. We will be using natural items as the fertilizers. That is second stage, Jiva Mitra. Bija Mitra, Jiva Mrita. And third one is mulching. Mulching means this is a soil. When we um, clear the plants or grasses here, will be deeply plowing inside the soil, and the whole soil environment or soil worms will be disturbed due to this mulching. So mulching means we are when we have to take the plants or few grasses, we have to disturb only the upper layer so that the inner germs or the inner soil environment is not disturbed. It is known as mulching, right? And fourth one is vapasa, soil moisture. So in summers, we know that lot of water evaporates from the soil. So in order to avoid the evaporation of water, we will be putting cut down branches or leaves above the near to the plant, so that excess evaporation is avoided. So you have understand what is the process of zero budget natural farming. It consists of Bija Mitra, which is seed treatment in order to protect the seed. Next, Jiva Mitra, we will be using cow dung, cow urine or jaggery as the fertilizer. Mulching, we will not be plowing deep into the soil and disturbing the soil environment. And final one is Swapasa, that is preventing the excess evaporation of waters from the land level. And it has been promoted through Bharatiya Prakriti Krishi Padati, that is PKVY of Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare since 2020 to 2021. Now under BPKP, there is a 4.09 lakh hectares area has been practicing this zero budget natural farming, and inclusion of ZB enough in agriculture university curriculum. Right. So 66th topic is Neela Kuranji. So as you can see in the image, this is Neela Kuranji flower. Right? This is Neela Kuranji flower, and this is a pack of Neela Kuranji flowers in the Nilgiri mountains. So here Neela Kurinji, Neelagiri. Here you can see both names comes under the name Neela, right? Neela. Here also Neela. So I hope you can understand the difference, right? So due to these flowers, only this mountain got the name Neela Kurinji. During a specific season only it will grow. That is, Neelakuranji has bloomed in the Chandradrona mountains in Chikmagalur, Karnataka after 12 years. It is endemic to Western Ghats and generally bloom in the regions of Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Karnataka. So I have said that Nilgiri mountains is in Western Ghats, and it will bloom only in 12 years. It grows at an altitude of 1300 to 2400 meters. It blooms every 12 year's season. However, blooming seasons have become unpredictable over the years due to changing weather patterns, and you can use this in main sensor. Right? Now, the next topic is biodiversities by 2030. Is our spelling of biodiversities wrong? Actually, our spelling for biodiversities is this one, SITIES, but here they have given that biodiversities. So this is an initiative of World Economic Forum, and they have recently published a report titled Biodiversities by 2030, Transforming Cities' Relationship with the Nature. So we know that in cities also we have jungle, but that jungle is known as concrete jungle. There's not like natural trees or natural jungle. It is concrete jungles. So this is an initiative to develop in relationship with nature in the cities. About biodiversities by 2030 initiative. It is an initiative of World Economic Forum and Government of Colombia. It aims to support city governments, businesses and cities to enable cities to live in the harmony with nature by 2030. This initiative brings together multidisciplinary expertise, combines executive initiatives and surfaces innovative solutions to promote sustainable, inclusive as well as nature positive urban development as a global scale. So we have to know something about this World Economic Forum for this prelims exam. So what is one by World Economic Forum? World Economic Forum is a Swiss non-profit foundation in Geneva. It is a public as well as private type of organization. It consists of both public as well as private cooperation in meetings, committed to improve the state of world by engaging business, political, academic, and other leaders of society to shape global, regional, as well as industrial agendas. Its annual meeting at the end of January. So they will conduct the meetings at January, and it is an annual type of meeting. Means it will be conducted in every year. That is perfect in January month. So 68th topic is Kritigya 3.0. It is a national level hackathon. So when we see the word hackathon, we generally refer to the internet or um, computer related hackathon, but it is not to this hackathon. Hackathon means to find a solution. It is the meaning that to find a solution. So it is a national level hackathon to promote speed breeding for crop improvement to ensure overall sustainability and resilience in crop production in India. So Kritigya is a national level hackathon to speed breeding for crop improvement to ensure crop overall sustainability and resilience. It gives opportunity to students, faculties, entrepreneurs, innovators, and others. It will encourage greater adoption of technology-enabled solutions in the country. It is organized by ICAR as well as the National Agriculture Higher Education Project. So, it is organized by ICAR, Indian Council of Agriculture Research, National Agriculture Higher Education Program Project, and Crop Science Division. 69th topic is Earth is witnessing sixth mass extinction, humans to be blamed study. So we have seen that in our world, in our globe, we have already faced five mass extinctions. And these five mass extinctions are due to the nature. But scientists are saying that the sixth mass extinctions will be solely due to the humans, and we have already lost about 75% of world species in the short amount of time, that is less than 2.8 million years, due to these six mass extinctions. What is the evidence of sixth mass extinctions, you can ask? More than 400 vertebrate species were extinct in the last century. 400 vertebrate species. 29,400 species of territorial vertebrates are on the brink of extinction because they are fewer than 1,000 individuals. And more than 30% of animals with the backbone, fish, birds, mammals are declining both in the range and as well as population. So, what are the causes of mass extinctions? Definitely, one of the main reasons is rising climate change activities, extreme temperature, or falling sea levels, depletion of oceanic oxygen. About nature-based solutions for infrastructure seek to restore and utilize the existing natural extent connectivity and diversity of cities, natural ecosystems to provide key functions of infrastructure, and geological catastrophes, invasive species. So, due to the globalization, species are also moving from one place to another, and when an invasive species is introduced in the another country, it will destroy the natural ecosystem of that place. So it is also a cause of mass extinction. Overconsumption of resources is, and agriculture leading to diminishing wild spaces and driving out species from the natural habitats. So you can see the five extinctions. First one is intense ice age. Due to the over coldness, many animals have been extinct, and due to the oxygen levels, drastic drop in the oxygen levels, many species have went extinct. Then asteroid impacts, then dinosaur extinct due to massive volcanic eruptions as well as asteroid, then dinosaur extinction, asteroid impacts. So you can see from Ordovician stage, Devonian stage, Permian stage, and Triassic as well as Cretaceous, there has been extincts in the species, and sixth extinction is going on the today's period, that is due to Homo sapiens. Homo sapiens means humans. Then 17th topic is rule curve. So Tamil Nadu Water Resource Organization, Mullai Periyar is the first reserve to have rule curve implemented in the country. So they will be asking what is meant by rule curve in the prelims examination. So you have to answer what is rule curve. When we see that rule curve, we definitely will think that it will be related to economy, right? But it is not related to economy. It is something related to dam. By keeping a database of 35 years, they will be calculating and we will be having a data that during this month or during this time they should have a minimum water level and there should be a minimum free level in the dam. As we all know that Mullai Periyar Dam is a long pending issue between the Tamil Nadu government as well as the Kerala government. So there should be a minimum space for having a free level of there should be space for water level, and there should be free space that should be kept for reservation. This is the outcome of rule curve. So rule curve is a tabulation which specifies quantum of storage of water or empty space to be maintained in reservoir during different times of year based on the rainfall data for 35 years. Under rule curve method, water is not allowed to be stored to be permissible maximum level at the time when the reservoir receives huge inflows. So during monsoon seasons, we all know that there will be huge level of water. So under rule curve method, water is not allowed to be stored to permissible maximum level. So during the monsoon season, water gets accumulated fastly in the dams. So in order to avoid dam breakages, there should be a opening of dam so that water gets outside easily, or else there is a chance of getting dam break, right? So they are applying this rule curve method in the Mullai Periyar Dam. It is a part of core safety mechanism in a dam. So this is all for today. Thank you.